Hey everybody!
Welcome to the official Merlin and Tiefling podcast.
You
This
sound
is I, your humble host, the king, only known as Tiefling,
The ego on this guy.
with his humble court mage,
Jester.
Merlin Mighty.
What's the
Court mage. All right.
upgraded a mage at least?
Yes.
The jester's back here.
But yeah, once again we're back, and as usual we're very professional. I have my co-host drinking out of a bowl, but you know, after fucking around and figuring out and choking on our own words, I've got a special guest, Dapper the Sly, as he's known on the channel, is here. He's been here.
His monikers are cool.
Monikers are cool, even though we break them all the time. Like, all the time. Like,
What are you talking about? We're professional.
so professional. Who's Joe? No, but yeah, honestly, I don't really have much planned, guys. Just kind of want to talk for a little bit. I know when you think about coming on, you were thinking about discussing Destiny 2. You guys have very differing opinions on it. I don't know much about it, only what I've seen and heard, and I feel like I've only heard negative things, but the game's still making a lot of money. So who knows what criticism means anymore? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Since you're the guest, dude, what are your thoughts on it? Why do you think people are hating on it?
Oh man.
Where's it coming from? Should I play it? Will I not play it? Yeah, all the questions answered.
Should you play it right now? Yes, because you can get it for like $30 or $40, and it's definitely worth that money.
No. Name one place you can buy it for $30 to $40. The cost of entry is fucking $80 now.
Cost of entry?
Okay.
Absolutely not.
No.
I got an email yesterday. Said it was on sale for $40. I don't remember
With
who
DLC?
it was from.
With DLC?
Definitely wasn't with DLC.
Then
I
you
guess
add
it was
$20.
$6.
Then you add,
$60.
need to
Yeah,
add,
you're right.
yeah.
You're right. Okay, you got me. But still,
Fucking fooled you.
Still, yeah. Let's see. My opinion on Destiny 2.
I would agree that it's also worth $30 in its current state, plus DLC. So like, it's like a $10 game. Plus
I haven't
$20.
played the DLC yet. I have to
DLC
do
is
that.
not worth it. It's
I
no.
haven't played
Don't
it, so
do that.
I'm going to.
But what's your opinion?
But yeah, I still like Destiny 2. I really feel like there's. Oh God, where to start with the opinion on Destiny 2? God,
I know where to start with my fucking opinion.
I feel like we both want it to work.
I
But I
want
feel
it
like
to be
you've
good.
given up on it, and I am still.
I
going
don't
strong.
think that it deserves to have the number of chances we gave Destiny 1, because Destiny 1 exists still,
Yeah.
and they had all the potential in the world, and then they gave us what they gave us, and then it was like, oh, but the DLC will fix stuff.
I feel like their big mistake was, and they did actually put out a thing saying that there was going to be a really super massive update, not a DLC, but an update. But then they were like, it'll be this time next year, and I was like, okay, that was definitely not what anyone wanted to hear.
Yeah, way to update for the 4 players that are still left playing your game by this time next year.
But fuck, where was I?
I don't know.
I don't know, where was I?
You were talking about you haven't played the DLC yet, but you have to before you can think of like what you truly believe the game to be like.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's probably not going to change where I am with the game right now, but it's such a great, like, they have all of the pieces and they have all the concepts and things, and it's just a great world. They just
The
can't
world
put
building
them
is so good.
They can't put it together correctly.
They need
That's
to
the
hire
problem.
better story, like not even better story writers, just people to get the story coherently in the game.
It's not really the story or like the combat system or anything that people really have a problem with. It's all of the other little shit combined. You know
I
what
think
mean?
people are starting to have a problem with the combat just because they promised fixes to it. Like Destiny 1 Year 3's combat was definitely like where it was at with the level, at least in PvE, where you felt like you were still a guardian. and now you're just like a dude with a gun that can throw a grenade
Yeah,
once every 2 minutes.
It was definitely you either love it or hate it when they switched, because they used to do, in Destiny you have your weapons, you have what, 3 weapons?
Yeah.
3 weapons, and then you have a collection of abilities you can use, because you're just kind of a space wizard in many ways.
Yeah, you're kind of like a Jedi almost, I remember that.
Yeah. In Destiny 1, it was very ability focused.
Mm-hmm.
And in Destiny 2, they decided to switch things around and made it very gunplay focused.
They made it gunplay focused to help the PvP crowd out.
Yeah.
And by doing that, I feel like they left PvE players like me just kind of to do what it'll fucking work. You can make anything that they throw at you work, but it won't be fun or what you want to do.
And this is where Destiny 2 kind of starts to build its problems, is because they're an MMO, so they have to be a good RPG and have to have a great story to build upon. And
they try to call themselves an MMO.
Wait,
Yeah.
I didn't think. Wait, is it they're trying to market themselves as one, but they're not
They've
technically.
always tried to market themselves as an MMO looter
and the
shooter.
game technically plays like an MMO in many ways. It's pretty open world. I think it's better open world than Destiny 1 was, for sure.
I think the zones are more interesting.
Yes, and then they did have some problems, and they fixed the problems with the zones. There's a bunch of weird zone problems where if you went into a zone, 9 out of 10 times you'd be by yourself. And
Yeah.
that's the worst when you have to do the weeklies that require a group of people.
Yeah.
But they fixed that.
I'll give 1+ to them. The environments that they have, they look nice. They have the visual quality is up to current gen standards. I don't know if the areas like. While I liked the moon like a lot, it felt very empty, and because of the way that they structure the maps, they kind of feel more alive in Destiny 2.
And yeah, you're right. And all the events also help with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I agree with the environment that people complain about is you definitely should be able to go back to the old worlds and do things on the old worlds. But at the same time, you just have more. You just expand upon. You just expand upon the other problem that is, you rarely have a reason to be on more than one planet at any given time.
Yeah.
So if you just put in the other 4 or 5 worlds,
that's just 4 or 5 worlds that you'll never go to because each week they tell you to go to one place to do everything.
Yeah, and it's really hard to give you a reason to be on all of those planets. You know what I mean?
I feel like if they had let the story take longer and have more missions and like. This is going to go into slight story spoilers, but it's been out for a while now.
Spoilers.
When you originally are given your light, your light is taken away.
Mm-hmm.
You then get it back 2 missions later.
Yeah.
I feel like that was to add Destiny gameplay elements to it, but then after you have your light, you instantly go back to the farm, and then there's all the fuckers that were also the Guardian travelers chosen whatevers that have their light, and then like the next conversation you have like, oh, none of the Guardians have their light but you. Yeah, but me and that guy and her and him and like
I do. That's another weird. I think if I had to pick one quirk out with the story, I wish it was more catered towards a group of people, not a one-man army kind of thing.
It doesn't work with the way that Destiny is set up at all. It's set up for squad-based combat, and the story is about a single lone hero.
Yes.
Oh.
So it's kind of weird, but
also you go to Titan to convince Zavala to like start his resistance or whatever to help him start his resistance, and within 2 or 3 missions he's like, all right, you got to go find my fire team, and then we can go and do this with like 0 prompting. He goes from I can't do this because I don't have my light and I'm gonna die, and then you show up and like, oh man, well, that guy has their light or that girl has their light.
I don't know why.
Yeah, let's fucking go and fight.
I don't know why everyone didn't get back their light at some point. That was weird.
Yeah, and then you go and you find Cade, and Cade's plan is to find a teleporter, teleport to the end boss, and shoot him in the face and see what happens.
Oh.
And then that was a pretty successful plan.
Yeah, but that's like one mission. All of these characters you're set up to go do these things that sound like they're going to take a while to convince these people that have been for hundreds of years basically considered themselves immortal gods
Yeah.
to fight with mortality on the line, and you're somebody that either starting as a new character in Destiny 2, you're just somebody that they don't know that showed up with powers and they agree to help, or you're somebody that's been there beside them going through all of this shit and then like, oh, okay, let's do this. But it should take more than like one conversation to convince them to risk their lives to do this.
That's fair.
If they had spent more time with what the characters were trying to do, maybe if it wasn't just Cade, like if Cade said, hey, I'm gonna take my group of hunters and we're gonna go teleport in and light them up with, and then you have to go around like building up an army of the hunters that are left to agree. Zavala took all of his badass walls of meat titans to Titan to, build up his resistance or whatever he was originally planning on doing, and then you needed to go through and you met several different people, and like they would actually use the story to flesh out the people of Destiny, the people who are left, what's interesting, what you're fighting for. Because a whole lot of the time, like you teleport to an area and you're told that you need to defend this for X, Y, or Z reason, and then you shoot 5 or 6 guys, and then a cutscene plays, and then you never go back there again. Like in the new DLC, the bleak future that you're trying to defend against, you're never shown citizens in peril. You're never shown the people that you're trying to protect. You're basically just one guy in a vacant, desolate area that enemies spawn into and you shoot at. They don't give you incentive.
Mm-hmm. You don't have the stakes.
The stakes are very tell not show in Destiny.
Yeah, if you don't have that investment, I guess that would... Well, I'm kind of listening to this, and I want to almost offer a very outside perspective as to why the game is still doing well. You're saying that it's trying to market itself as an RPG and MMO, but based upon what you told me, they also tried to make it much more shooter-based.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, in my experience...
It's being sold in its PvP.
Yeah, for PvP stuff, I mean, for shooters, generally, I've always kind of thought that a good story for a shooter was a bonus, but generally...
These are the Halo guys.
Yeah, well, I know. You're getting very passionate about it, with being angry about the story. All
of the marketing campaign for this game was,
the new
hey
Halo.
Guys, this is we fucked up with Destiny 1 story. Here's the real story. Here's where we blow you away with our story, and we're gonna go super in depth, and then all of our trailers are about the story, and then the story is like forgettable, and like basically you go to a planet and you help a guy once, and you go to the next planet and you help a guy once, and you go to the next planet and you help.
Well, I hate to say this, but that's kind of what Halo was. A lot of repetitive missions with maps.
But at least like with their cutscenes, they used it to build the world.
Well,
whereas in Destiny, they built the world off the back of what is called their Grimoire cards, which got the lore community interested. So they already had their world, and they don't do any explaining anymore. You just kind of are there, and you meet the people, and you do the thing, and you move on, and you're supposed to just know about it.
Well, it sounds like, comparatively speaking, what you told me, there's two things that might be an issue there, at least for me, if I want to try and get into it. The thing about Halo, I do enjoy Halo, and for 2 reasons. I think Halo had a fairly interesting world. I thought the lore and I thought the Covenant were really interesting. I did. And I thought that were able to flesh it out through tight stories through several games. I think with Destiny, it sounds like the producers are trying to kind of rush that same effect. Kind of reminds me of the whole DC Marvel thing a little bit. But also, it sounds like you're playing as a character who's kind of a nameless face, whereas before you were Master Chief, distinct personality, backstory, interaction.
Jumping off your nameless face, you are at the beginning of Destiny 1 just a guardian. You're just one gear in a giant machine that is protect the human race. And by the time you get to Destiny 2, you are the guardian. You're the guy. You've done all these cool things. You are the person.
That's the thing that's confusing me, because Dapper was telling me about it before we started recording, but I played a little bit of the first game, and I guess they kind of scrapped it. it was marketed basically as like a reboot, almost like a redo of the first game, right?
No, it was marketed as we're gonna blank slate everybody by destroying everything that you held dear, and then you go to kill the guy that broke everything you liked.
So it's kind of it's a reboot in canon.
Yes.
Sort of. That's the worst kind.
Yes, it is.
But that implies you kind of cared about the first game then, the lore in the first game.
The lore in the first game was kind of what kept people there till year 3. The lore and the loot, and they don't have the loot. And they kind of threw out the lore, so...
Well, I think the problem is that they still have the loot from Destiny 1.
Yeah, you were definitely
They
right.
didn't make new loot. They reused the loot.
What do you mean?
They tried to
re-give?
No, they tried to reward you by re-giving the guns you already won in the first game.
Like losing everything else you lost, you have to get it back.
In Destiny, there's like a tier system to the items you get, like the most common shit, the middle ground shit, the higher upper ground shit, and then the exotics. You can literally only have 2 exotics in your entire loadout.
One exotic gun, 1 exotic armor piece. That's it.
And they are these cool items. They give you this page of story of the item, and they're really awesome.
Well,
and they're a lot of people's favorite part of the game. I make it my goal every time I play Destiny to collect every single exotic. And
half
with
the
Destiny
exotics
2,
in Destiny 2 are from Destiny 1.
They reuse most of them.
That's kind of lazy.
Yes. Half of the new guns are reskins of old Destiny 1 guns.
Even with the DLC and the big update and stuff that came out, they implemented probably, 3 guns from Destiny 1 and came out with 1 new one.
Oh, shit.
and that one new one is a reskin of an older one. It's a reskin of the Cold Heart.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't know. I heard it was really strong.
It's a line gun that is going to be nerfed within the week.
Yeah, I heard it was super good, but
it's going to be nerfed within the week, and it's a reskin of the Cold Heart because it's just a second line gun.
Give me a little bit of insight here. For your standard game, how many new weapons are generally produced for a sequel, like for new skins? Because I remember back in the day,
Halo's
I
guns,
was about to say Halo to Halo 2, you only got like 1 or 2 new
Halo's
guns.
guns looked different.
Like the Needler and I remember when you got the sword.
Then you were able to get dual wielding. Then when dual wielding was,
but
they introduced the SMG.
Yeah, but there weren't. Like it was like 1 or 2.
Then up to Halo Reach, they reskinned everything to make it look different. And those games weren't about loot. They're about,
it was integrated.
These games are about collecting guns and pieces of armor. And they didn't even create that many new ones for their sequel.
I think it depends on what type of game you're trying to be. Because with games like WoW, MMO, they essentially kept all the same loot and then just built upon it.
Yeah.
And just added an entire, because essentially you add 20 levels, so you get 20 levels of new loot, and then you can add to this list, but you still have it all.
That makes sense, but I know
whereas
it's a different format.
Whereas with an FPS, okay, like Halo or Call of Duty or something, the entire game is literally your weapons loadout, so they have to rebuild the entire thing and maybe keep 1 or 2, and
they'll look the same. They're going to try to make it do the same kind of things, but it's a different game.
So you got to make it like a different.
So you got to make it kind of different.
Well, with Call of Duty, that used to be easier because if they had different sections of the war. Hey, historical gun, switch in the model, even if it has the same function and firing pattern, it's a new gun. Halo was a bit more noticeable, I guess.
Halo was because the Marines had a loadout. The Covenant had a loadout.
Oh, the Covenant guns were the best.
On the harder
difficulties,
you needed to
use I stand by it. The pistol was always the most reliable thing for me. What was that thing? The standard sidearm.
Yeah,
it kicked ass no matter what.
No, yeah, in every game.
DMR and the Reach sniper with the square scope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sniper. Oh, you and Gimli, man. God, we played. I hate him. Oh, whenever we did versus matches.
Just
he would fucking park, and he would just like wait. We'd be running around the map. He'd just wait. He'd kill me 27 times. At least I fucking went out and tried to find him. Fucking.
I mean, that's always me in an FPS. Is
I hate you too.
I got a quick scope. It's my only option. I'm gonna use my sniper like an assault rifle and shit on people.
Anyway, how's the sniping in Destiny?
Not good.
I think it's fine.
There's no point to use a fucking sniper rifle in Destiny 2.
You're right. Unless you're a badass in PvP,
There
you
is-
gotta really be a badass in PvP.
There is no
though.
point to use a sniper rifle or a sword. They changed
There are
it.
definitely some reasons to use a sword. There are definitely a handful of situations where I use a sword and that is my only option. So.
Or you could just have a shotgun and kill everybody on their team.
I don't like.
Or you could have a rocket launcher and kill everybody on their team.
In PvP, yes.
Yeah.
Rocket launcher is definitely the primary selection.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'm gonna one shot 1 to 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna
You're
get.
guaranteed at least one kill with a rocket launcher.
Yeah, there's no point in using. I'm gonna get a full clip of shotgun ammo and put one into
But
every
I will
person on the
forever
team.
use a sword in PvP because nothing is more satisfying than slaughtering their whole team with a fucking sword. Because you have to try so hard.
I think the best thing is killing their entire team with a sword hilt.
I've done that too.
Which you've done, but
Using the sword hilt versus the sword is the sword has ammo because it's a powered sword, so your lightsaber runs out of energy.
Okay.
So when it runs out of energy, you just have the lightsaber hilt. So it's like a standard melee that's debatably slower than standard
It is
melee. so you just beat the shit out of people with the hilt of your sword.
This game is still fun, but it has so many things wrong with it that I'm mad at it.
It's really easy to play with friends.
With friends, it's very fun. Once you take people that you directly know out of the equation, it becomes.
And they did say, and when they made this game, I was telling Joe about earlier, is when they made Destiny 2, they changed their direction with the game. Instead of making it something you dedicated all your time to, kind of like WoW, where it was just grind fest for this game, like you by yourself in a fucking room, grind fest with the game. You know, you have this weird sensual experience with the game.
Whoa.
It's now like a social thing where you go in there with a group of your friends and you hang out.
And yet
play
they
Destiny
made
2.
the story all about a singular character.
Exactly.
It's so
Right.
dumb.
That is odd. That's a very odd choice.
So I think they accomplished their goal in the sense that it's fun to play with your friends, but all of those people that play by themselves all of a sudden feel horribly left out and don't want to play the game.
And they built the community, and that's what kind of like the longevity of the distance between year 1 and year 2 kind of got over the hump, was they had people just sitting there in their rooms grinding out gear.
And I think they did a better. I like this plan over the original one, but at the same time, I feel like I want them to be somewhere in between, because in Destiny 1, there was like virtually no way to play with your friends.
Yeah.
Like literally, the only systems to play with other people were third party, like on Reddit, or people that built a website strictly for Destiny to group.
Really?
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yes.
It was really bad. Destiny is by far not a perfect game.
I talked to a lot of people when I was working with Pima still. There were 4 people on that IT team that said them and their kids wanted to get into Destiny and they really wanted to play it, but they had no way of doing any of the group activities because they didn't have other people to play with.
Huh.
The way that they do grouping in this game is better, and that's about all I can really...
I really like the group finding system, but they also took all the things people liked about the group finding system out of it.
Yeah.
So they added a group finding system essentially, but when you used to queue up to find a dungeon or a PvP thing, you could choose like a type of map you wanted to do or a type of game mode you wanted to do, and they took that out. You just kind of queue now. You're like, do you want to do ranked or do you want to do casual? And there's only 2 modes, and there used to be like 5 or 6. Yeah.
They took out a lot of stuff in this game and kind of...
And I think they're working on adding those back. They added heroic.
Oh yeah, they added heroic stuff behind a paywall.
Behind a paywall, yes.
They added.
It's
They added.
kind of another
No, they
Battlefront
added a
2.
core function that was in the original game, was then added into the game behind a paywall.
And in the first DLC you buy, it's there.
Yeah.
Which
You can see it.
definitely has been an update.
You can see it if it's not, if you don't own the DLC, you just can't click on it or do anything with it.
All right, if I was theoretically going to get Destiny 2, I'm probably not.
You're not.
I'm not going to. But if I was theoretically going to, could I sit down and just buy the actual game? Because I don't really do DLC. Would I not get a good experience out of it?
No.
Probably not.
So this game is dependent on how much DLC would I have to get to have the full experience.
There is, I think, $30 now.
2 or 3
Well, no, these are the mini DLCs.
Yeah.
You gotta wait until year 2 when they come up with the actual DLC that will claim to make the game better, and that'll be a full $40. Yes. And then they'll have 2 DLCs for that'll be about $20 to $30. And then for year 3, when they're gonna claim that the game is actually good now, guys, but seriously, believe us, that'll be a full $50, and that'll be the last thing, because then around that time there'll be rumors of Destiny 3, and the Destiny 3 will kind of be slightly better than Destiny 1, because it's just a sequel. It can't be better than the DLCs.
He's got all the podcasts.
It can't be better than the DLCs.
Planned out for the next 3 years already. He's got the whole.
I'm never going to talk about this game ever again, because I'm going to go home and delete it.
Jeez.
I'm going to build my computer and I'm going to play it in 1440p ultra wide glory and enjoy every second of it.
By yourself.
I don't think you like it that much. Even when you're talking about it, you don't seem that enthused.
I understand that there's a lot of problems with the game, but I've also played MMOs for my entire life. I played WoW since it came out, so I understand
this is the worst MMO.
It's definitely not the worst MMO. I've definitely played some worse MMOs.
What is the worst MMO?
I want to hear this actually.
The worst MMO for me
wasn't EverQuest, was it? I heard EverQuest.
No, EverQuest was
a great MMO.
EverQuest was absolutely fantastic.
Good.
Worst MMO for me, either the Final Fantasy 14, like the reboot of it, not even the OG one.
I like the reboot.
And I didn't like.
Honeylemon plays it.
I like it from what I've seen.
I didn't like Elder Scrolls Online.
Elder Scrolls Online was a bad MMO. I'd still call Destiny 2 a worse MMO than Elder Scrolls Online.
And with Elder Scrolls Online, I am glad they made it free to play, because it used to be you had to pay $10 or $15 a month to play Elder Scrolls Online.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, technically.
And they made it so you don't have to pay $15 a month, but they put in microtransactions for like aesthetic stuff. None of it's like.
Hey, Jenner, with Destiny 2, they put you put your $10 a month in. I know you do. I know you fucking do.
I don't put $10 a month in. I do.
Yes, you do. You put $10 into the fucking Eververse about every month that you start up that fucking game. So yes, you have an MMO subscription. You fuck.
I definitely don't put it in every month.
Yeah, you do. Because every month they come out with their fucking holiday bullshit pack. And you're like, yeah, I'll put $10 to get the pack.
It's not every month. I do buy every one of those, but it's definitely not every month.
Hey, guess what? The last one that they came out with, it was in November, and the next one they're coming out with is right now in December. And that's been for 3 months now, and that's one for every month.
That game feels like it's been out a really long time.
Yes.
It really hasn't.
Yes, and it's had
really
problems in that short of amount of time.
I feel like that. I feel like I feel less negatively about it now. You know what I mean? Like if it's been out for like 2 or 3 months and it's like problems. Hey, that's Destiny. It's Bungie, whatever. But like,
I'm still mad because I spent a lot of money on that day one.
Oh yeah, I bought the full collector's edition for it. Believe me, I'm not too enthused either. I'm already $100 deep into buying the game.
Yeah, we're putting $100 deep into buying the game, so we don't need to pay extra for the freaking DLCs. It's just the DLC isn't good.
Yeah.
Because, we bought Destiny 1 and we were expecting maybe some problems, but,
I didn't play Destiny 1 when it came out. Thank God, or else I would have never played the game.
No. I've played Destiny since day one.
I got in year 2 and I'm glad.
Yeah, year 2 was like, oh man, this game's actually playable. And then to have Destiny 2 year 1 feel like Destiny 1 year 1 is a slap to the fucking face.
Well.
Yeah, another thing is, okay, here's a question. And there's an immediate answer that's obvious. But then think about it and what would actually happen and then give me an answer. What if Destiny 2 was a $15 a month subscription?
No.
That's the immediate answer.
And my thought about it answer is No.
So as a straight MMO, you still wouldn't.
As a straight up MMO, would Destiny 2 be? Would Destiny 1 have been a $15 a month subscription? Because then, yes. You know why?
No.
Because then, Destiny Year 3, Destiny 2 would have to be better than Destiny Year 3 for them to get people to stop playing Destiny Year 3, which they would never shut down because they'd be getting $15 a fucking month.
Well, they probably wouldn't have come out with a Destiny 2. It probably still would have been Destiny.
Yes, and that would have been better because it would have been progressive.
It would have been Year 4, not Destiny 2.
I would have rather had Year 4 than Destiny 2 Year 1. And I would have paid money for Year 4.
And that if you paid $15 a month, and they might just fucking please Blizzard buy them. But
yeah,
I really want Blizzard to buy them because I know Blizzard will fix all the problems.
I want Blizzard to split from Activision like super hard because Activision is kind of almost as bad as EA. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking.
I feel like Bungie could balance them out.
Yeah, they were okay.
I feel like Bungie could balance out the Activision, you know what I mean? Because there's definitely things I like about Call of Duty games that I don't like about Halo games. There's definitely things I like about Halo games that, you know what I mean? Yeah. When you have Halo, Call of Duty, and World of Warcraft making an MMO FPS, you literally can't go wrong.
Yeah.
How could you fuck that up?
I could see that.
But at the same time, then it would probably play like Space WoW, okay? Because the way those generally work is that you don't get DLC that often. Your DLC is literally just a big patch every couple of months. You don't pay money for it because you already pay $15 a month. Why would that'd be fucked up if they did that to you?
Exactly. I think that now, are we talking about games as a subscription now?
I mean, yeah, if you want.
But MMOs have always just been a subscription, so I don't think it's valid to bring up the topic of like the sports games as a subscription. They're just kind of different. So
do you support? Would you support if they took? If they took like this microtransact or like this job that they're talking about, and they're like, we're gonna slowly convert this, and by like Destiny 3, it's gonna be a subscription thing. Would you like? If Destiny 2 went the same track as Destiny 1 and actually became really good Year 2, and then like Destiny 3 came out and we're like, you're gonna have to pay $15 a month, but you don't have to buy DLC, it's just big patches, and then every year there will be a $40 DLC that's massive, like totally feels like you just bought 2 games, massive.
Yes, because I played WoW as well.
Yeah.
Mostly thanks to you and your brothers, but yes. And WoW.
And that's how WoW was.
Yeah, that's how WoW was, and WoW just kind of fucking still works.
You didn't feel like you wasted a dime when you paid $15 a month. You forgot about it because WoW was that good. You didn't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you started to realize it.
Basically, what we're trying to say with this, this 33-minute discussion about Destiny 2. It's fucking buy World of Warcraft, alright? It's a great game. Everyone should own it.
Yeah.
Everyone should just have WoW?
Yes.
Yeah.
WoW is the best game, confirmed.
Well,
because I feel like to like really summarize where Destiny finds its downfall is that it wants to be an FPS and an MMO. And it's taking a bunch of parts from both of those things, and it's just not putting them together correctly.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's a great FPS, but its MMO portions are lacking. The story is okay. It's better than an FPS, but it's not as good as an MMO. And you're going to find that...
MMOs need to keep people entranced with story elements.
Yes.
Because there are the people that will just be there for the loot and to make their characters look cool, but then you got the hardcores that will watch every cutscene and read every single piece of dialogue and sit there for hours and hours and hours.
And with stuff like WoW, there is just an unnecessary amount of that stuff.
Maybe that's
just
one
you're
reason
totally okay with.
Why I've tried to kind of avoid MMOs is, I think that I would actually probably be the hardcore. Because I don't want to be there for the story.
You'd be in there.
I would be.
You could do Twitch streams of Merlin tries. They're coming out with vanilla. They're coming out with vanilla soon. You can
vanilla.
It's not soon, but essentially Blizzard announced that they're building
World of Warcraft Ice Cream Edition.
No, they're vanilla as in original.
Like vanilla WoW. So base WoW, no expansions.
Modifications.
No expansions. The original WoW.
Is like it end up in a bunch of servers just for old school, fresh WoW. And
it's like a lot of third-party people have been doing it, and then Blizzard's been shutting some of them down. Some of them have been leaving up. And now Blizzard announced that they're going to dedicate a team to it.
Well, hopefully they hire some of the people that have been, doing it illegally because they know what they're doing.
That would be cool.
I'd be interested to see what that's like.
Yeah.
I would recommend that because vanilla WoW, while being the best grind fest on the entire planet, was the grindiest and festiest of them all.
That game was the right amount of hateful bullshit and glorious awesomeness at the same time.
Yes.
Because you're like, oh man, I'm going to go on this epic adventure, and then you realize it's going to take you 2 hours to walk across the goddamn continent because you don't have a mount yet.
You're level 4, you can't have a horse.
You don't have a mount yet, and you haven't actually been to the place to get the flight path, so you have to walk your ass there.
Well, that is epic.
Yep. You went on a quest, you're
alone. That was my favorite part of that game, because that was the most hateful shit they could have possibly done to you.
I think my favorite, just like WoW, experience ever was walking in to your fucking computer room at like 7 o'clock in the morning, like Sunday morning, and just finding you dead asleep at the keyboard. Your character was idling forwards, and you just had like a box of Cheez-Its in your lap, and you were just.
His whole family.
Dead.
That's you.
I was always the hardcore person. And
I always assumed.
I was always the hardcore completionist.
Really?
No, Nick was hardcore in a different way.
He owned the trading system.
Yeah, and Nick and his guild ran
server.
the trading system.
Damn.
I was like the best warlock on my server. I was like 10 or 11 years old. I had people I'd never met before in my life that just knew my character's name and would message me like, "Can you give me advice on how to play a warlock?" And I'd be like, "Alright, okay."
That's pretty great.
Well, yeah, that was fun. And then they totally redesigned warlocks, and then they were bad, and the whole game was very different. I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna play paladin now." So,
Nice choice.
yeah, that was fun.
I feel like getting back into WoW. I don't know.
Yeah,
Might be a terrible idea.
They just came out with a new expansion. The new expansion was actually really good. It was super good. Legion, they went back to the Burning Crusade place with Illidan and shit. It was really good. I've heard lots of good things about it.
Better than you heard about pandas? Because your entire family quit. Your entire family quit with pandas.
I was about to say, the last thing I remember you guys telling me about was I went in and I saw the figurine and the commercials for the panda expansion for a while, and I was like,
your family quit pandas and picked up Guild Wars 2 for the year. Yeah, it was good.
Well, I got that game with the Humble Bundle from MerlinCast. They just give you all of Guild Wars 2 and 50% off the first DLC.
You know exactly where I was going with this. That was going to be my next question, actually, for both of you guys, if you played it. How does WoW compare to Guild Wars? Because I've heard a lot of people like Guild Wars.
Definitely blows out Guild Wars.
Really?
I think Guild Wars is an easier game to play. Because every class has one way you fucking play it to do enough DPS to solo the game to the end.
You know what? Guild Wars kind of feels like Destiny, but I'd rather play Destiny. Guild Wars gets really boring really fast. Destiny is at least fast-paced and entertaining.
I had a lot of fun with it, but that's because I had all of you assholes because it's kind of running around doing whatever in the background. You're like 5 levels ahead of me because I got behind just because of real life.
Yeah.
But, just having these assholes doing whatever, just like, we're like 12 levels ahead of you, we shouldn't be in this zone, but I'm going to try to jump up to the top of that as I'm doing a quest, which is kind of fun.
That's cool.
Like,
I know Jeff was really into
I do wish Destiny had more world to actually explore, because it's like...
The moon was large, and it had several areas, and all this shit. Compared to Titan, and there's like...
There's spaces.
2 areas.
Well, Titan, I don't know. There is a lot more to Titan that we don't get to explore, but it's like.
Wait a minute. It's supposed to be an MMO. Right, kind of. Wait, so if you go to a planet, is it just like one map on one planet? Oh.
Yes.
Well, that's just like a normal game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's an MMO in name only. For them to be a true MMO, they need to work on their fucking
Massive
maps,
yeah.
Yeah, and where when you add the FPS element to that, the game becomes incredibly competitive in the PvP space, just extraordinarily competitive. So you have to you need like a group of people to just design the PvP to not be like broken and unbalanced and stuff. And
what they
there's
need
a
to
whole
do
part
is
of it.
split balancing, but they don't understand how to do that.
Yeah.
What I mean by split balancing is that when they come out with a nerf for a gun, it works in PvP and in PvE, so that gun sucks fighting the computer now.
Ah.
And like, oh man, I need this gun for my character to fucking do the whatever in 2 minutes, and now that gun sucks, so welcome to 3 hours.
I kind of missed it when your light level mattered in
Yeah.
PvP. Because there's like the light level, which is essentially like all of your gear has a level, and
Is that connected to the Force thing?
Yes.
yes,
Did they? Because I heard one of the big problems is they don't explain what the hell that is.
They don't.
But they make a big deal
haven't.
about it.
Yes.
They still haven't explained it.
Nope.
well, I mean,
It's the light, man.
I
and
don't
it
really
gives you-
expect them to.
It gives you powers, and some people can throw fire, and other people can create stabs of electricity, and other guys can throw bombs.
Yeah.
You have the power to throw a grenade.
I really don't ever expect them to. Like,
Well, I guess it's good to keep some things vague, but you have to have some established rules, though.
it's like
No, there aren't
It's like
established-
explaining the Force. You know
The
what
Force
I
has
mean?
established
Right.
rules.
There is, but like.
The light has no established rules because it makes your melees better. You can throw a grenade. Everybody can throw a grenade. Why?
It's this weird,
Why do you
living,
throw a grenade?
ever-changing force of.
It's the Force.
It's the force of the light, and the powers that it gives you are because of some way that you wield it. You get to do different things, and everybody gets to throw a grenade. Everybody gets to hit people with their fists harder. Like
It's kind of like whatever the hell it is in the Avatar universe that gives them their weird
Bending.
power bending shit. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's dumb. It's really dumb.
Wait.
It's really cool.
Did
You
you
like
say?
it.
Wait.
It's really cool and you like it,
did
but
you-
they will never explain it and
Did
you
you
will
guys
never question
just
it.
say that the Avatar was dumb?
He said
No,
it.
I
think
said
so.
that the light. I said that the light is dumb, and how it's the force and bending, and for everybody that is different, and also it gives you the ability to double jump or teleport or hover or throw a grenade or hit people harder or make an explosion or throw a bomb or make a staff out of lightning and jump around.
Makes you
or-
feel like you're the Avatar, but it kind of is written in as like the Force. It's weird. It's really weird.
and dumb.
It doesn't sound very appealing, to be honest.
It was fun in D1 year 2.
Destiny
Rolling.
1
Rolling.
year.
Let's
Roll
really
around the
focus a lot
dreadnought.
more on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's what makes their fucking game interesting and not just another shooter.
It seemed like just another shooter when I played it.
In
Yeah,
PvP,
because year 1 was just another
Like
shooter.
literally,
in PvP, I don't think the powers are as important because in PvP the powers are kind of fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because most of them one shot.
Bro,
so
I can throw a
understand-
grenade once every 2 minutes now.
Yeah, so I can
There's no
understand
point.
why.
There is no point.
I can understand why they wanted to go more gun focused because it was just like I'm gonna sit here and charge and I'm gonna ram all my powers up your ass and like it was really easy in year 1 or in year 2 to just have the lowest cooldowns ever.
Mhm.
It was just like, oh, I'm just gonna chuck this grenade at you every like 20 seconds. I'm just gonna keep
Or-
stuffing them down your throat.
Or
There's
I'm
nothing
gonna
you can do
punch
about it.
everybody on your team 90 times in 2 minutes,
What the
and
hell?
it'll be great.
Or I'm gonna sack you like a quarterback every 2 seconds.
Yes,
I'm a Titan.
it was amazing. And then what
I
you
do
did,
miss shoulder
what you did
charge.
to counter that was that everybody had a shotgun. Just
Yeah.
everybody and their mom had a shotgun.
I'm glad that shotguns aren't like brutally OP. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, they were in year 1. Everybody rolled around with a shotgun, one-shotting everybody.
In Destiny 1, they were OP as hell. They were never nerfed, ever. They were just really good.
They were just dumb.
You went to
Everything was
PvP,
dumb.
You had a shotgun. That was your only option. There was nothing that ever, even rocket launchers, when swords, they didn't compete with a dude with 12 gauge and put it in your mouth and pull the trigger.
Well, shotguns have always kind of been...
In Halo, the shotgun was the best weapon, and they were like, look, it's still Halo, but we can't call it Halo, so we're still going to make the shotgun and the pistol good.
Yeah.
Aren't they still making Halo games?
343 Industries is making Halo games.
Different company.
Bungie no longer has the rights to their brainchild.
Was that from 4 on?
That was from Reach On. They did not have anything to do with 4 or 5.
Oh.
And will not have anything to do with 6. Even though 4 was alright, 5 was a piece of shit, and 6 is not looking to be that good.
Why did they sell Halo?
They didn't sell Halo, they backed away from Microsoft, and Microsoft had the rights still. And they would not give them back for any amount of money in the universe.
Well,
because Xbox is Halo.
As I say, it's Halo. Why
well,
would they?
yeah,
I wouldn't give it to them. Fuck.
True, but I mean...
They backed away from exclusivity, is what they backed away from.
But I mean, well, I'll be honest, when I think, it is the Xbox, but it's also Bungie. You know, I always used to think Bungie and Halo were...
That was what it was.
It was.
And now...
I like that I kind of like the path overall they're taking as a company to appealing to both console and PC pretty equally. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably good, but it's just kind of a shame that it explains why the Halo games weren't quite as good lately. But
Yeah.
well, that solves that mystery though, because there was no excuse if they put it all into one that something would be good, but apparently not. Well, yeah, that's been
That's Destiny 2.
the Destiny 2 podcast.
All right, before we end, Star Wars this week.
Yeah, Star Wars is coming out this week.
I don't know if I'm going to see it this week because I know it's going to be ridiculous the first week because it's Star Wars.
I'm probably going to try and...
Oh my god, it'd easily go to the Thursday night showing.
Yeah.
Because the people that go to Thursday showings are going to go to the early ones, and then the night showing at like the fucking Great Escape will never be sold out.
They really?
No.
Huh.
Dude, who goes to the Great Escape?
I go to the Great Escape.
Oh,
Yeah, why do you go to the Great Escape?
Because it has comfortable seats.
Yeah.
Because the fucking crowds go to the other Regal.
Yeah.
I definitely go because the seats are comfortable. And I generally only go if you guys go. I'm not
Yes.
going to lie. I 9 out of 10 times I go to the other one.
Well,
Exactly.
I used to go. When I used to live a little closer, I'd go to the other one. But in all honesty, I do prefer the setup of Great Escape.
I do as well, but
You're right.
the fact of the matter is they're the least popular of the 2 closest theaters in our area. So they'll have the smaller crowd for Star Wars, and then the later in the night you go, the less crowd
People
they'll
don't
have.
know that the Great Escape's there
But that's like
Yeah.
the
because it's
mall.
like part of a mall.
Mhm.
Whereas the other one is just
They
a
treat it like a
huge
mall
building
theater.
on top of a hill.
They treat it like a mall theater.
But it's got a better name. It's
Yeah.
the Great Escape.
They treat it like a regular ass
But-
mall theater, like the fucking one, the $2 movies or whatever.
Well,
You know what the place to go is that place down on like 2nd Street or whatever downtown.
Midtown?
Midtown.
Midtown?
Is
Yeah.
Midtown getting Star Wars?
Well, Midtown
I
Cinema
hope.
is primarily for foreign films and art
Yeah.
films. They never have big budget releases unless they do old school ones. So they will probably have Force Awakens. No, wow. They'll probably have
The Last Jedi.
They'll have Last Jedi next year for a special night.
They'll have The Last Jedi in 2024.
When it is officially,
It was
analyzed classic again.
Yeah.
But
Does Studio Ghibli put out anything recently?
Studio Ghibli is officially releasing its final movie.
Oh.
Hayao Miyazaki is putting out one last movie, and he is officially like, fuck it. I'm like 87 years old.
he's probably
I'm
old.
gonna hand paint this last movie, and all you can suck my dick.
and then Ghibli's done too, officially.
Pretty sure.
Because I remember they were.
What are they
thinking
gonna do
about-
without him?
They could make the
Be
Tales
owned
of
by
Earthsea
Disney, the
too.
monopoly?
Huh?
Be owned by Disney, the monopoly?
No. No.
Well, I really hope that they keep going.
Because if they were owned by Disney, then they would give up their artistic integrity.
Aren't they?
No.
Owned by somebody?
Disney owns the license to Studio Ghibli in over here.
Studio Ghibli
Well-
is Studio Ghibli. No one fucks with them in Japan.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's kind of the same deal as like Marvel, where like they own, they give them money but let them do their own thing.
Yeah.
It's a property, but it's a separate thing.
His last film is going to be a adaptation of the most popular selling Japanese book of basically all time. I forget exactly what it's called.
It's so good, I don't know what it is.
I never read it.
I know it's probably Japanese.
It's Japanese as hell. It's about a young boy going through it's like a coming of age story about a young boy in
Miyazaki 101.
like ridiculous ancient like fucking cars are a new thing. What the fuck is a train times?
I believe that's train time. So it's like the industrial age of Japan, basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of when the last one was.
What was the...
Well, I guess probably when it wasn't that early.
Yeah.
Well, it was when
The Wind Rises?
The Wind Rises.
That was World War II.
Yeah, that was World War.
That was World War II. This is after World War II.
Or
Because they're not going to get fucking nuked in this movie.
What? I feel that shouldn't be
Or
Miyazaki's last movie.
Maybe it's before.
Maybe it's before.
Yeah.
There was a time where it didn't happen. Anyway, yeah, no, but that's kind of sad. But I'm glad he's coming out to do one last one.
Mm-hmm. He has decided that he's officially announced that this will be his final film.
Yeah, he like retired before, and Ghibli was going to go under before, and I guess they were like, please save us a little bit. So
And then they saved the shit out of him. All right, his final movie, Princess Mononoke 2.
I love that actually. But no, but try to, if you can, see Star Wars, because we'll probably try to review it on the podcast.
I am already going to see it with Peter and
Yeah,
Justin.
me and Jessica already have
Sweet.
plans to go the weekend after.
Oh no, I'm planning on seeing it with my family, so it's cool. But
Mhm.
but if we can try to review it for the podcast, that'd be cool.
I'm definitely going to see it more than one time. You know me. I
You
saw
saw-
Star Wars 7-8 times in the first week.
I feel like I'm not going to see it more than once unless someone's paying for me.
I paid for that movie twice. I saw it 8 times.
That
Force
feels really
Awakens?
extra.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I even want to see it more
Let's
than
see.
once.
I saw it the Thursday with you guys. I saw it the next day that night. I saw it twice that
I
Saturday.
didn't think you liked it that much.
I saw it
I saw it 4
twice
times.
on Sunday. I saw it with my mom that Monday. I saw it with my dad that Tuesday.
That's too much.
So that's 3, 6, 7, 9 times.
I don't know if I want to see it that much, dude.
I fucking love that movie.
That movie got a needs more information answer from me.
Needs more.
Like I just the
I like
opinion.
Star Wars.
He loves Star Wars.
Star Wars
That's
is my
fine.
shit.
I like Star Wars.
Star Wars
too.
That's my deal.
I mean,
My opinion of that movie was still. I thought all of the new characters were okay, and all of the old characters from the old movie were fantastic. Obviously,
I like all of the new characters except for Poe. Poe made absolutely no sense to be in the fucking movie.
Poe was there to get the plans.
that was weird.
And that-
he
no.
had nothing to do with the main plot, really.
He was
But
a
he was
plot
Bill.
device at the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's because he was a name.
I loved how this movie they're like, Poe's gonna do shit. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna get his entire squad killed and be real sad. I'm calling it right now.
I am ready for the rematch with fucking Traitor, though.
Finn versus Phasma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty great.
I'm ready for more Phasma.
Yes.
Because she got, like...
The
that
shaft.
shit was meme-worthy. Like, she got wrecked.
She got the actual shaft.
You got put in the garbage compactor. Like, you were set up to be the new Boba, and you just got put in the garbage compactor.
Oh, you mean like what
Showed up.
Boba Fett did in the
Boba
original
was kind
series
of a
where he
bitch.
fucking showed up, shot one fucking laser, and got eaten by a sand vagina? Yeah. Like, you know how everybody that's a badass and also not a Jedi is treated. Like shit.
He's very correct. That's one of those things about the Star Wars fandom that's always kind of glued to me is the Boba Fett thing. Like, yeah, he looks cool, but that's literally it. There's literally like, I don't know, like something hit at just the right
He
mark.
owned the clone factory. He
Man,
owned all
Not
the
in 1980,
Not
man.
19.
No,
Thinking of Django. Thinking of Django.
Django. I'm sorry.
Django.
I'm sorry. His dad owned it. I'm sorry.
His dad didn't own it. His dad worked for it. He was the guy that they
He
cloned.
didn't know the Camino. The
I mean, if you're the guy they cloned, do you really work there, or you pretty much own the place?
He's contracted. He
He's
lives
just
there.
a guy that they give a room and also we
Yeah,
need your
If
blood.
you're the guy that they clone for 100% of their army, I think you own the place because there are a million copies of
another
you.
one of those weird fucking things because you live there chilling, but he's also a bounty hunter on the side.
And
he's no reason to.
also, he has a son that is also a younger clone of himself.
That kind of ego, like,
like, no, he's my boy. No, he's just you. He's literally, but he's my son. He's
so
like,
wait, he couldn't find like a woman and then like have a son. He had to like raise another version of himself just separately.
Who owned that massive factory?
It's the Camino people. The tall, skinny, that was their planet.
That was their planet.
That's
It's just
weird.
really rainy.
And then not Darth,
It's just tight in there.
Oh, no.
Master Cypadius, was like, hey.
And then Darth Vader went to the fucking planet and massacred their entire race.
That's true. That was in.
Here's the thing.
It's probably fun whacking them suckers with a lightsaber.
Darth Vader, evilest motherfucker in the universe, responsible for like
Jesse in the mirror.
for like 3 or 4 full racial genocides. All right,
3 or 4. Yeah, at least.
He is confirmed to have wiped out the bug people. He is confirmed to have wiped out everybody on Camino. He was in the middle of wiping out all of the fucking Wookiees.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Like he was murdering everything.
Well, Darth Vader is murder central.
Darth Vader is genocide central, but oh my god, I have a kid, you're allowed to go to the light side. Fucking Kylo Ren is like mad for like 3 seconds and kills his own dad. He's like, no, he's irredeemable. But, the guy that literally genocided all of the Jedi, all of the fucking Kaminoans, and all of the bug dudes, and then like the way that he killed all those guys was he introduced a virus that fucking made them all sterile. The males, the females, the children, sterile. And then
he Krogan them.
And he fucking Krogan them and then made them all starve. And then when he learned there was one left that was trying to rebuild his race, he went there himself and murdered everyone on the planet. He's a fucking terrible tyrant.
To quote Luke, I know there's good in you, I can sense it.
No, fuck that noise.
He's and killed a room full of little kids,
And in the beginning, and then got worse from there. And then he got a redemption arc, but Kylo Ren, man, he killed his dad. He can't be. That's irredeemable. Fuck you.
Look, Kylo Ren's not the best.
He's on the list of people I want more information for. Before I give a solid opinion for him. Right now, he's just a whiny bitch. He's literally just a whiny bitch.
I hope they'll have more backstory.
He's my favorite character of the new series, just because,
dude,
what they're gonna do with him.
I hope. Okay. Well, are you gonna read the novelization as well?
Yes.
Well.
I've already read the novelization for 7.
I just want to say the difference between Kylo Ren and Darth Vader having a temper tantrum is Darth Vader was already scary and badass, and when he had a temper tantrum, people died.
Kylo Ren did nothing except for say that he's evil and order a room to kill somebody, and then killed Han Solo, and everyone's like, no man, he's the worst character, fucking kill him off. He's irredeemable. He's the villain. You gotta kill him. Darth Vader is like, nah, man. Darth Vader can be redeemed. He fucking for his son.
All right, look, man. That's just
genocide.
Fan backlash, obviously.
Fucking genocide.
Darth Vader. You're right. Much more evil, but also much more established character. Kylo Ren's new. It's very easy to pick him apart because we don't know anything. Like you said.
That's again how a lot of people feel. That's how I feel about Rey. Rey for me right now is copy pasted Luke Skywalker, but
less interesting.
Yeah.
What they need to do is use
Jessica really likes Rey. Jessica really likes her as a character, and I'm like, I need more information. I'll give her a second movie.
I mean, I like the way she's portrayed, but in terms of writing, there's just not enough there yet.
She just kind of seems to be reacting to everything that was happening.
Very reactionary character. You're right. You're right. Literally waiting around.
I almost think she's less like Luke and more like Anakin because she has that mechanic mind to her that Anakin had.
She's related to nobody. She is related to nobody.
I don't want her to be.
She's related.
I swear to God, I will never watch another Star Wars movie.
She is not a Skywalker, and if she is, I will fucking record myself after I walk out of the fucking movie.
Wait, what if she's a Calrissian? What if she's the illegitimate daughter of Lando Calrissian?
I'm putting my money on Kenobi.
Jabba the Hutt.
I'm putting my money on Kenobi.
I feel like I don't want her to be related.
I think Kenobi. I feel like that would be the most logical one for some reason. If
She's allowed to keep her accent. Hashtag only Kenobi had a British accent in the entire fucking trilogy.
Well, except for the whole Empire, I guess.
No, they didn't have accents. They didn't have that exact accent. No, they did not.
All the British guys were evil except for Obi.
And then
all the white British dudes.
either Kenobi or nobody.
I hope it's
definitely nobody. I just want her to be a new character that's interesting.
The next trilogy will have nothing to do with the Skywalkers.
Wait, that's not gonna make money. I mean, I love it, but it's not gonna make money.
It's not
It should be about.
Rey and Kylo's kid. There you go.
I don't care. We got.
There you go.
Wait,
Good rating.
wait, no.
Best rating.
I can't even think about 3 more movies. We haven't even gotten the second one yet.
Let's wait to see how this one does.
No, I am curious, but yeah, definitely looking forward to talking about that, man. And are you not gonna see it this weekend, or you will be?
I won't see it this weekend, but
Well,
I don't think well, okay, I'm sorry. This weekend I will probably be seeing it.
I don't want to see. I'm gonna try to see it this weekend though. I gotta see.
If we all can see it, let's do our podcast entirely on Star Wars instead of fucking Destiny poo.
Well, all right. Well, we can sign off in just a sec, but one last question, because it is obligatory. Is there anything new to report in the good old world of Akira Toriyama and his cohorts?
Akira Toriyama and his cohorts. Well, Universe 3 was just eliminated.
Oh, Piccolo. He got kicked out.
Piccolo got kicked out.
Kicked out.
Next episode, Gohan's probably gonna eliminate all of Universe 4.
Just.
Gohan's gonna eliminate Universe 4.
It's all the same. Just.
And then the
It's more
episode,
powerful.
the episode after this one, Vegeta's gonna fight Jiren.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's gonna get the shit kicked out of him and probably eliminated.
They're all gods now, but it's like less stakes. I don't know.
I got that much. Like, I saw the first movie thing and I haven't watched it. And I just
You should watch the second movie.
Actually, Resurrection F was pretty fun.
Yeah,
honestly.
The free.
Very few animes that I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna watch this.
Have you tried My Hero Academia at all?
That's pretty fun.
I would seriously recommend.
Last one I watched was Assassination Classroom.
Yeah, did you finish Parasite, right?
Parasite.
Classic Parasite.
Hand,
Yes,
eyeball,
yes.
Piggy,
for sure.
Poogie.
The Thing, but
Yeah,
Did Seven Deadly Sins get a second season? I think
it is coming out.
Oh,
I think it's even fucking like January or February. It's gonna
I
get
need to start watching that.
Before you do that, I would recommend, if you have a spare minute this week, watch the first episode of Boku no Hero Academia. Just see if you like it.
And if you don't like that, watch the second episode.
And if you don't like that, watch the third
Because
episode.
you basically get into the
You know,
first season.
you said the full name of that.
Huh?
And it sounded really familiar, and I was like, no, that's a very different anime.
Boku no Pico?
Yeah.
Boku no Hero.
I was like,
No,
Boku
that's
no.
different.
Boku no is literally a phrase.
I know.
It's not.
Why does that sound
Boku no-
familiar? And then I was
Boku
like,
no.
no, wait, that's definitely something
It is
else.
not 100% connected to that.
Yes.
Don't quote me. Those two anime are not the same.
You can quote the shit out of anime. They have nothing to do with each other.
And he said it as well. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna say wrap it up. Any final thoughts?
If there's one thing they could do to Destiny 2 in the next update, if there's one thing they did to Destiny 2, they would make it better for you. What would it be?
More H2O, that's for sure.
Professionalism. Make powers matter.
Make powers matter.
Because the entire become legend, fucking you're a space wizard, and the second game's like, we made you too good. Let me just pull that back right quick before you break our PvP. You know, that's what everyone's here for.
Yeah, I think they took your powers away from you and they didn't quite give them all back.
Yeah.
For me, probably fix the loot system.
That's more than just one update, though. That's like Destiny 3.
I know. That's
Make a whole new
if
game.
they could fix something in the next update, though, fix the bring in like heroic strikes and all the PvP things, all the PvP options, bring those back. So.
For people that don't have the DLC.
Yeah, making an update thing, not a DLC paywall thing.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
That would I think that if they brought stuff like that back, it would just be like, okay, they're trying to actually appeal to, they're bringing back things people actually really liked about Destiny 1. All right, we'll stay here for a little longer, you know. So that's pretty much where they are at this point. Everyone's like on the last thread of, am I gonna uninstall this game? And they're like, every week they have to like put out an update of please God stay, please God stay.
They got like until January, and then I'm kind of done.
And like I watch those Destiny people, like the Destiny news guys, and like there's always a sea of people that are like, I don't care about Destiny, I don't care about Destiny. It's like, well, why are you even watching this video? Please, your opinion isn't wanted.
Well, they're there for the personality, not the content.
I guess, yeah.
That's how YouTube works.
I guess, but I pretty much, I'm the same, but I don't really play Destiny 2 that much. I watch